Hi, Dr. Tamara Harville here to talk to you about library resources today. When you're doing any type of research, especially for scholastic or academic reasons, the library is the best place to go. So let's go there and I'll show you why. So on this web page for Tulsa Community College, we're just going to find the library web page. This is their main site. So the library actually has resources available 24/7, so they don't have to be open. If you notice over here on the right-hand side, we have the campuses and their hours, when they actually monitor online hours. When you're finding resources, where to go, what services they offer, and about them personally. So there's a lot of information here. First, let's say that you want to talk to a librarian. You have a question, you don't really know how to begin. Well, we have this wonderful chat and FAQs, which means frequently asked questions over here on the right. So here's the frequent questions, or you can just type in a question and see what pops up. So I'm going to say, we used to have course reserves. Course reserves were if you needed to check out a textbook, but you couldn't take it out of the library. You could just check it out while you're in the library. So here's commonly asked questions, which ones are available, and that sort of thing. So you can actually click on your commonly asked question and probably see your answer. If you're really not sure still, there's this chat. So you can hit library chat here and start asking your question. You type in your name, who you are, which is a student, and that information, and type it, and a librarian will chat with you. Or you can actually text them. Here's a library text number where you can actually text them. You can send them an email, or you can just call them right out. So this information is all available for you during their hours. I'm going to go back to the main page. Their location and hours is here, but it's also right here for you to see it. Here's their mission and guidelines. The directory is really nice because not only does it show you who they are, but I'm going to pick on Jennifer Campbell here. You can click on them and you can find out what their specialty is on the right. You can email that specific person. Any guides that that person has made, you can actually read their specific guide. But it tells us briefly who they are, so that way they're just not a complete foreign stranger to you. Okay, we're going to go back to the main page again. There are other libraries in the Tulsa area. And so if you wanted to check out a book, but it was from another library, you could actually probably find information here on them. Luckily though, even if you found something on another library, you wouldn't have to go there because we have this wonderful service called an interlibrary loan. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to say that I'm looking for a book, so they don't have it at TCC. Where can I find it? Well, there's a form that you can fill out. You just tell them what book you want, where it's from, and they'll send it to you. Of course, you have to find it first and tell them where it's at. But they're more than happy for you to be able to get a book through interlibrary loan. Usually takes a few days, but you don't have to go to that library. They can actually send it here. So if you're constantly coming to one of the campuses, even if it's just at a different campus, they can send it here and you can have it available for you. So this tells you all about interlibrary loan, and here's where you request what book you want. Let's see. There's online student guide. If you want a librarian to come to a classroom, which you don't have to worry about that. They have study rooms available for students. So if you have a group, say nursing students or vet tech students that want to study together, you can actually schedule a room where you have privacy so that you can have a study place. The Writing Center, of course, you know I'm always going to promote the Writing Center. Website link is here to get all of their information and help with writing. And then when you're doing the actual research, this is where it's at. So articles and databases is probably the main place you're going to go. There are all these different databases in here, and they're alphabetized up here at the top, so you can just click on any one of them. So say if your professor wants you to do a biography through Gale, you can click on Gale to find their databases and find their biography section. So you can find specific databases to use. I typically use Academic Search Premier as my go-to. However, say you're a nursing student. Academic Search Premier is not really geared specifically to nurses. You can actually change things up here. Like I can change my subject to nursing, allied health, and health sciences, and it gives me the options of databases that help me out there. So there's nursing specific ones down at the bottom with ProQuest and things like that. Hello, Academic Search Premier is there. That's why I go to that one. It's my main one. Or if you're in, say, history, well, history is here, and you can find out the databases that you can use for history. Or you can just leave it by all subjects. And you can look up specific types. So say you're looking for a specific newspaper, an ebook, primary sources, if you're specifically looking for primary sources, and then the vendors over here, which you probably won't worry about as much. So I'm going to go into Academic Search Premier. And I'm going to type in my favorite word, Bigfoot, or Sasquatch. Before I do a search, though, come on. It's not going to click on that, is it? Go. Go. All right, I'll type you in. Why is it not? There it goes. Okay. Before I hit enter or search, I want to click full text. This means I can read it and see it and print it right here, right now. I don't have to find it somewhere else and go find a physical copy. Scholarly peer-reviewed means they're more trustworthy sites. Before they were published, people within that field read it to make sure it was accurate of all information before they allowed it to be published. So these two are best to click. And then you hit search. So these are all the different types or titles. It has the title, who wrote it, the issues and stuff like that, the text of it. You can even change your date. If you're like, I want it to be more recent, you can move that up. See what you get there. With most of these, you have on the right this wonderful envelope that you don't click on it, you just put your mouse on it, and you can read the abstract. The abstract is a summary of that article. If they did a study, it even tells you what methods they used, what results they found, that sort of thing. If you read the abstract and it doesn't make sense, don't try to get the article because it's written by the same person. So if you don't understand the abstract, you're not going to understand the article. Sometimes they're written way above our heads. I've come across quite a few of those. So let's see. Entering dubious realms, Grover, Krantz, Science, and Sasquatch. Primates, anthropologists. Sounds legitimate enough to me. Go to the abstract. Physical anthropologist Krantz spent his career arguing that the anomalous North American primate called Sasquatch was a living animal. So he thinks it's true. Skimming through it, I'm like, oh, this is a good source. I think I want it. So you can choose HTML, which is just the print, or PDF, which is like a picture of what it was published in. So if there's anything pretty about it, they'll show that, like pictures and stuff. So this shows the article. There's 21 pages. Oh, there's feet. So I'm just kind of looking at it. See, they have a lot of sources in it. And I'm like, oh, Gigantopithecus, that's a good name for it because that was a technical term. There was a real creature called the Gigantopithecus that was found in Asia. So you want this article, right? I don't know if you can see it, but right over here on the side are these icons. One of them looks like a little piece of paper, so I'm going to click on that. And this is a citation source. So say I'm having to do MLA, all I got to do is copy that. And then I can open up a blank Word document and paste it, put it all in hanging indent. I've already got my citation. I don't have to worry about it later. With my suggestion, when I do research, I always cite every source. Even if I think I might not use it, I still put the citation in the paper. So that way I don't have to try to find it again later. And I print them all because I like mine in print. I like to be able to flip through them and highlight them and annotate. So I print every article I think I might use, put a works cited up as I'm looking, and that way I've always got a copy of it. And if I decide I don't want to use it, then I can just delete that works citation. But it's better to have it and not need it than have to go, oh great, where did I find this? I forgot where I found it. I got to find it again. Okay, so we're going to go back to our main site. And let's go into a different one. Let's go into ProQuest. ProQuest databases. This is more for the sciences. Oh, nursing and allied health is already there. So we're going to say, let's choose that one. Depression and nursing sounds good to me. So you're going to search it. I'm spinning. So these are different journals. So say I want about fatigue, you know, this is specifically to renal disease, but oh well. Say this is the article I want. You can read your abstract here. So it tells you what your abstract is. And if it's the one you want, you click on the title. There it is. There are full text options. Oh, I didn't click full text on this one, so it just gives me the options. But assuming they have that, here's my citation tool here. So I can click on that. And that's APA, because if you are in nursing, you would probably be using APA. But they also have MLA 7th edition, which is what you want. And you would copy and paste that. Now, MLA and APA differ. So even if you copy paste, you might want to double check it, because sciences are written in APA, but English writing is MLA. So if I look over it, I can see that right here, this Western Journal of Nursing, the J and the N and the R should be capitalized for me. So that would need to be capitalized. And this is actually an old version. This isn't even correct because it's got the word web. Look at that. It's not even correct. There's no 8th edition, is there? So yeah, that's always double check them. They're not always 100% perfect. Yeah, this is an old version. This is not even a new version. So once you get the main citation, always check. Double check with your references, your that you have available, such as handouts, your textbook, anything that you have. Open it up and make sure that it's correct, because this one's not. Most of them are, but not all of them. All right, let's go back. Let's talk about biographies. Sometimes you have to do a biography. Come on, we're running out of time. Biographies. So if I could go biography, Galen text, or Galen context, and say I want to look up, I don't know, Emily Dickinson. There she is. This is the full article when you click read more. So it tells you all about Emily Dickinson's life. That's a huge bio. So there's all the information. You can print it. Your site information's up here. So you can find your 8th edition MLA, which is correct, not the 6th or the 7th that ProQuest had. These are the 3 most common ones. And you can cite your source. Okay, lastly, let's talk about books. In books, they have ebooks and they have regular books. If you're looking for regular books, you can just type in the title here. If you're looking for ebooks, these are the different types of ebooks available that you can get. So you can click on the ebook collection. And sometimes you can read the book right there and make sure it's full text, because you don't want to have to go searching down a book. All of these look fairly similar. You're going to find somewhere on the website the information that you need. So this is, in a nutshell, what the library website's all about. If you have questions that you didn't get answered here, go chat with a librarian. That's what they're there for. We have research librarians that can help you research a lot better and have a lot more time, I think, than instructors would on their spare time to help you with your own research. So I hope this library tutorial was very helpful, and thank you very much.